Welcome, fellow yogis. I'm Kathy, and today we're going to be doing a Baptiste flow yoga class, 60 minutes. I'm going to be doing modifications and intensifications for the poses. If you're working on flexibility or particular poses like, say, crow, spoiler alert, we'll be doing crow in this class. The block will come in handy to either give you some extra space for your body or to help you get into a pose you're still working on. Let's set an intention for our class before we get started. Whether it's the physical, yoga is something that you love doing as a physical athletic practice and you're working on getting better at it, maybe a particular pose you're trying to improve on, or you're using yoga as a way to get away from the demands of your day. And this is a moving meditation for you. So take a moment, set that intention for your practice. And now let's get started in child's pose. Come to your hands and knees. I'm going to move this block out of the way, and I'll move this microphone out of the way a little bit. Well, it doesn't want to go out of the way. All right, knees to the outsides of your mat, hips on heels, arms forward and straight and long. The palms root down, the belly is pulled in, the head is on the mat. Inhale, really filling up the chest cavity. And exhale through the mouth. Sigh out. Inhale. Fill up. Sigh it out. Exhale. Empty out. Let's do that again. Inhale. And exhale. Now take this right hand. Place it to the right of the mat. Place your left hand over it. Once again, bring that forehead to the mat and use the hands to press your left hip back on the left heel. Feel the stretch on the left side of the body. Arms are still long, elbows are off the mat. Inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, let's go on over to the left. Right hand plops on over the left hand, forehead down. Press that right hip now over the right heel. Feel that nice stretch along that right side body. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Now come to center. Come up on your knees, curl those toes under, down dog, hips up and back. Now just play with this. Bicycle your legs, straightening one leg as you bend the other. Arms are long, head hangs long, neck is long. You're looking back at your legs. Your body is in the shape of the letter A. Stretching the entire backside of the body here. Now let's take a moment, inhale, and lift high up on those tiptoes to stretch the ankles. And come back down to those heels. One more time, big inhale, up to your tiptoes, and press those heels, exhale to the mat. Now look up and let's step up, forward fold, feet between our hands. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. If you can't reach the mat, you can have a block or place your hands on your legs. Fold Uttanasana, the same with Uttanasana. Roll up the spine. Shoulders come up to the ears, up and back. Extended mountain, Urdhva. Arms come up. Let's give yourselves a little side bend here. Lower that right arm, lift that left arm up and over, look up, belly in, legs root, stretch those fingers up. Inhale, lift that right arm, lower the left. Look up, stretch up, enjoy that left and right side, bending and stretching. Inhale, lift up through prayer. Let's come back down. This time, ragdoll. Let's fold our hands around our elbows and let gravity do the work of pulling our body down. The crown of the head faces the mat. Just give yourself a little sway. You can bend one knee, straighten the other. Let's just enjoy the stretch here for the moment before we get into the more intense aspects of our practice. Nod your head yes, shake your head no, releasing any tension from your neck. Pull the belly in. Now let's place those hands back down. Lift your chest up, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, and let's step back to plank. Chaturanga. You can do plank and chaturanga on your knees or on your toes. Now, cobra, you're lifting your chest up, your shoulders up, and your head up. Or up dog, where you're lifting your entire body except for the tops of your feet and your hands off the mat. Roll over those toes. Down dog. Let's do that again. You can step, walk, or float to the top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana, pull your chest way up and out. Fold Uttanasana, exhale. Inhale, roll up the spine. Extended mountain. Back down, flow down. Inhale, look up and out. Bend your knees, step or float. Chaturanga, on your knees or on your feet, cobra or upward facing dog. Back down to downward facing dog. One more time, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up the spine. Big extension up, look back. Small back bend here. Swan dive down to the ground. Look up, bend your knees, step or float back. Chaturanga, on your knees or on your toes. Big inhale, up dog. Or cobra, back down, downward facing dog. Let's extend your right leg back to the sky, three-legged dog. Press through that heel. Now bend your knee and open it to the sky, pressing that heel as close to your glutes as you can. Look up under that arm. Feel the stretch in your inner thighs and your leg. Now straighten that leg out. Now you're going to feel that on your outer glute. And square your hips to the mat. Exhale, bring the knee to your chest, step up, warrior one. Root that back foot down at a 45-degree angle and rise. Lunge into that front leg, align it over the ankle. Square your shoulders to the front. It'll help you square your hips and press that back foot. All four corners of that foot, left foot, should ground into the mat. Breathe here. If you find your shoulders coming up to your ears, bring your hands further apart. Steeple mudra is another option. Index fingers up, thumbs wrapped around each other. Breathe here. One more breath. And now low lunge, step back, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Lift that left leg high to the sky. Extend it back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open it to the sky. Press the heel to your butt and stretch here. Breathe. Extend that leg straight. Still having the side of the leg face the ceiling. Now square the body and the leg to the mat. Exhale, knee to nose. Step up. Warrior one, now on the left. Same principles. Do what you did on the other side. Open the chest. Root down to that back foot. Lunge into that front leg. Press the pinky toe down on that front leg to open the knee over the ankle. Breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. One more. And exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, low lunge, step back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, back down to downward facing dog. Bend your knees, step or float to the top of your mat. Pull yourself way up and out, your chest. Now, Utkatasana chair pose, just bring those toes together and then sit back into that chair. Hips are low and back. Your weight is on your heels. I'm picking up my toes so you can see that I have my weight on my heels. Tuck your tailbone under, belly in. Always an option when we do chair to bring your hands in prayer if your shoulders are going into your ears. Let's fold down, roll up the spine, extended mountain Urdhva. Come back down, step or float back, plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, back down to downward facing dog. Now we're going to do that breath to movement. So take a deep breath in here in your down dog and let it out. Let's step up, right leg, warrior one, back down, step back, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Step through left leg, warrior one, back down, step back, upward, down dog. Bend your knees, float up, pull yourself way up and out, chair pose, back down, Uttanasana, inhale, plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Step forward, right leg, warrior one, look up, back down, step back, down, up dog, down dog. Step forward, left leg, up, down, step back, down, up dog, down dog. Bend your knees, float up, look up. Uttanasana, Utkatasana chair pose, sit back, back down, bend your knees, float back. Up dog, down dog. Last time. Warrior one, up, down, back, down, up, down dog. Step forward. Warrior one, down, step back, down, up dog, down dog. Bend your knees, step, float. Uttanasana, inhale, exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, back down, roll up your spine. Are we warmed up yet? And look up, back bend, come back down, look up, bend your knees and float back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, back down to downward facing dog. Lift that right leg high to the sky, step through for crescent. Both feet align forward. Your toes are facing forward. Lift up to the sky. Now this back leg can be bent. If you want to straighten it, think of pressing that heel back to the back wall, and it'll energize and elongate your muscles and your joints. Now, hands to prayer, lean forward. I'm going to do prayer twist here. So your left elbow is hooking on the outside of your right leg. Look up. You can stay here or extend your arms up. So one arm comes up, your left arm comes down, and look up, opening your shoulders and collarbones. Wherever you are, whether you're still in prayer or extended arms, big move to warrior two. Cartwheel those arms around, sit back into that leg. Sit down deep, press the pinky toe on your front leg to open up the knee. Arms wide, chest open to the side, look over those front fingers. Keep the torso, the shoulders aligned over the hips, so you're not leaning forward. Now let's do an extended side ankle. Options, one, arm on leg, left arm overhead, looking up. 2, spread your wings. Left arm down. Rather, the left arm is up, the right arm is down. Look up here. Half bind, you're wrapping this right arm around and behind your leg. Full bind, grabbing now that left hand or wrist rather, would be a quite tricky piece to grab your ankle. And that hand's coming behind your back. Breathe here. Wherever you are, let's bring those hands down, step back, plank to chaturanga, upward facing dog, back down to downward facing dog. Left side, leg up tall. Exhale, knee to chest, bring it through, crescent pose again. Inhale, breathe here. Back knee bent, back knee straight. Front knee aligned over the ankle. Lower those hands to prayer to your chest. Hook that elbow on the outside of your left knee. Prayer twist. Get an option to open up your arms, look up, spreading your shoulders and collarbones wide. Wherever you are, we're going to do a big move now. Warrior 2. Rotate those arms around, sit into that front leg. Open the chest, look forward over those fingers. Big inhale, big exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. And let's come now to our extended side angle. Do what you did on the other side. Maybe this side is a little more flexible. You want to come down, opening your arms up, bind or half bind. Keep those hips, the hip aligned with the feet. They should be in line with the feet. So we sometimes have a tendency to bring our hips back. Tuck your hips under your body. Release your arms around your foot. Step back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Back down to downward facing dog. Bend your knees, float to the top of your mat. Pull yourself way up and out. And now let's sit down for a little core. We're going to be doing a balancing series, and we need our core for balance. So let's get into that early. So I'm going to do boat Navasana. Not many people's favorite, but it is my favorite because it works everything. So in the course of doing our Navasanas here, you can always come back to this pose. Toes on the ground, hands behind your thighs. Lifting your spine tall. You are using your core just to hang in this position. So during this little core exercise, if at any time you get tired, you can't do it, come back to this. In the meantime, let's lift our legs up, 90-degree angle. This is a fine boat pose right here. Extend your arms out. Full expression of boat, lift those legs, straighten up. Now you're going to feel the quads working. Keep your chest open. Hold the pose, not your breath. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. At any time you can bend your knees, you can put your feet down. Just continue to work core. Don't give up, just scale back. Now let's stay here or extend our arms wide in a T. Keeping that chest open, belly is in, back is long, up overhead. These are options now. You can continue to keep your hands on either side of your legs extended forward. Here's another variation. Hands come to prayer to the right of your legs. Look right. Now over to the left, look left. And now let's give ourselves a break here for real. Hands around our shins. Let's curl our back over our legs, bringing our head more or less to our knees, just releasing some of that tension in your back.
One more boat Navasana variation. Sit up tall. Now we're going to do boat to low boat, or other people call it boat to dish. So let's get started. Again, you can keep your legs at this 90-degree angle, bent knee. And as you come down, you're coming down to your lower back, keeping your shoulders and upper back off. Come up. So you can come up with a bent leg, down, your hands are at your side, come up with straight legs, and down. Either way, you can just stay in this low boat if coming up and down is not in your practice at the moment. Give it a try. Yoga is a practice. You get better at things by practicing. Let's 3 and 2 and 1. Great job. Let's come to our back, hug our knees in, give our lower back a little massage. Rock and roll, not bringing your feet or your head to the mat. Give yourself a little balance as you massage your spine. One more, roll back, come up. Let's do crow. We just worked on our core. We're going to be ready for this now. So when you're doing crow, hands are shoulder distance apart. You're doing chaturanga arms. This is creating a shell for your legs. Your knees are coming up to your armpits. Now, if you're working on a crow, the easiest thing to do, and you can have 2 blocks, and then you'll have a wider surface, is to bring your head down first on the block. Then pick up one leg, then pick up the other leg. Maybe you can just pick up one leg at a time. And you have to put the other foot down in order for the one foot to come up. It's fine. The more you practice it, the better you'll get at it. And then one day you can just do crow. You can just bring your feet up and you'll be there. Now, option 2, step down out of your crow and then float back or step back to chaturanga. Or from your crow, float back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, back down to downward facing dog. Let's bend our knees and step or float to the top of our mat. Pull your chest way up and out. Inhale. Exhale, fold in. Now roll up the spine. Bring your hands to prayer. Sit back in chair. Prayer twist here. So you're coming to your right side. Left elbow is on the outside of your right knee. Pull those elbows. Pull that elbow up to the sky. Pull the belly in and align your knees. One knee is going to come in front of the other. Concentrate on aligning them. You can stay here, or once again, open your arms up, looking up, spreading that shoulder back. Collarbone is opening on the right side. Come back to center. Peace fingers around your toes. Straighten your legs, fold forward. If you're still working on your flexibility, keep your legs bent. The full expression is to bring your face down to your shins. Breathe here, pull your belly in. Inhale to expand, exhale to deepen. Now from here, bend your knees, back into chair, hands in prayer again. And now over to the left, knees aligned, press the knee and the elbow together so that you can get further into that twist, belly in and off the legs. From here, you can once again extend your arms up, opening the collarbone, looking up. Come back down again. This time, gorilla pose, and you can keep your knees bent as much as you want. Palms face up. Your toes are on your wrists. You can give your wrists a little massage here after that crow. Now bend down over your legs. And again, full expression is to bring your head to your shins. Inhale to expand and extend. And exhale to deepen into the pose. Let's do 1 or 2 more breaths here. Let's do 2. Inhale, exhale.
One more time, inhale. And exhale. Release.
Now, since practice makes better, if not perfect, let's do crow again. For those of you who would like to come into tripod, step back from the top of your mat so you have space for your head. If you're working with your block, use your block again, putting your head down on the block and then picking up one foot then the other. Otherwise, chaturanga arms, legs come up, and then release the top of your head to the mat. Arms are in chaturanga, and lift those legs up to tripod handstand. Now from here, you can bring your feet right down beneath you, whether you're in tripod or in crow, or you can lower your legs 90 degrees and then float back. Chaturanga, up dog, back down to downward facing dog. Bend your knees, float or step to the top of your mat. Pull yourself way up and out, lower down, roll up the spine, stand up. Let's go into that chair again. Palms together in prayer, sit back. Figure 4, we're going to take this right foot, place the weight of your body on the left, and fold it over, knee points right, flex the ankle, sit back, Dristi gaze. We are now into our balancing series. Inhale, and exhale, don't forget to breathe. Now we're going to come into a one-legged DaSilva. If you're still working on balance, feel free to place your foot down, the right foot down, and then lift your knee or your leg up. Or you can grab your foot or your knee from here and lift up and extend your foot forward. Now, if you're still working on this, you can bend your knee, you can hold on to your knee. Dristi gaze. Now release, we're going to come into airplane. First, warrior 3. So warrior 3, extend your arms forward, length between those fingers to those toes. Airplane. Arms come back. Extend them hard so that their arms are really straight and you should feel it in the triceps. Now, half moon. Lower down the left hand. Use the block here too. If you're still working on half moon, it'll help you open up. And also with the extension of that standing leg, it'll help you straighten that standing leg. Open the chest, open the hip. The foot is hip height, or that's what you're aiming for. You're opening the chest to the side, pulling that collarbone back, looking up. Stay here, or Ardha Chandrasana Chapasana. Bend the knee, grab the foot, and pull it back like a bow. Feel that stretch in the quad. Wherever you are, release the foot. If you're in Shavasana, come back down. Standing split for a moment. Crescent moon. Lower that right leg down. Lift your arms up. And now take that right, you're going to have to come back down. You're going to take the right hand and lift that foot up and grab it. If you're still working on grabbing this foot, think of pulling this foot close to your glute and pressing that arm back as far as it will go. Release the foot, step back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, back down to downward facing dog, bend your knees, step up and float or step to the top of your mat, pull your chest way up and out, inhale, exhale, fold. Roll up the spine. Let's do a tree pose here. We've just done the shape with figure 4 and with the Chapasana, if you did it, of this bent leg out at a 90-degree angle from the body. Dristi gaze. Leg is going to be on your thigh or on your shin, not the knee. If you're still working on tree pose, kickstand the foot, knees out, and then you can work your way up, as long as it's not on the knee. From here, release down, shake your legs out. We're going to do that sequence now, starting with figure 4 on the right leg. So place your weight on the right leg, lift this left foot, cross it over, knee faces left, foot is flexed, hands in prayer. Sit down into chair, Tricey gaze. Belly is in. Now we're going to extend to that one-legged Tadasana. Repeat what you did on the other side. And extend out long. Knee does not have to be straight. Release, warrior 3. If you have to put your foot down and then go into warrior 3, by all means. Airplane, arms come back. And hang on to your balance. And then come into this half moon. Using your block again, placing your hand on the block in front of your foot one more time if you need to. Opening that chest. Opening the collarbone. Pressing through that back heel. Stay here, or Chapasana. Bend the knee, grab your foot or your ankle. Pull that leg back to bow pose. Open here. Wherever you are, if you're releasing your foot, lower that hand back down. Come back down to low lunge. Left knee comes to the mat. Lift that left leg up, bend the knee, and hold onto your left foot. Right arm comes up. Great stretch on the quad now. Both times in Shavasana and here in this crescent moon. Release the foot. Step back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Back down to downward facing dog. Bend the knee, step or float to the top of your mat. Pull up, way up and out, Ardha Chandrasana, Ardha Uttanasana rather. Uttanasana, exhale. Roll up the spine, big inhale. Arms down, tree pose now, using the right leg as your tree. Bring that leg up, your left leg is up. Arms overhead, arms can be in prayer as well. Think of pressing the leg and the foot together, using the resistance to give you stability. Repeat what you did on the other side. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Big, open. Look back, back bend. Come back down. Look up and out. Bend your knees and float back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Back down to downward facing dog. Lift that right leg high. Exhale. Bring it through. Step warrior 2. We've been here before in this warrior 2. Stay here just for a moment. Coming into triangle, Trikonasana. Straighten that leg. Come forward first and then down. Again, great place to use your block. Open the chest. Don't think just of reaching your foot. Think of opening your chest to the sky. Open your collarbones, tucking your hips in line with the feet. Stay here. Bring your arm overhead is another option. Third option, lift that right leg. No, you don't do that. Lift that right arm and open. From your big inhale, reverse triangle. Still opening up to the sky. This left hand is gently resting on the left leg. Don't put any weight on that left hand. From here, we're gonna stay where we are. All we're gonna do for reverse warrior is bend that front knee. Everything else stays the same. Lift that arm overhead, square the shoulders, warrior one. Lower both arms behind your back, interlace your fingers, pull that fist down to the earth, open your shoulders, look up. Now humble warrior, extend forward with a long spine. Go as low as you can, and if you can, that shoulder comes on the inside of the knee. You're bringing that fist as far forward as you can, and once again, keep those hips in line with the feet. Temptation is that they're going to come to the right side of your mat. Pull them back in under your body. Big inhale, big exhale. The crown of your head is facing the floor and you're looking back at that left leg. Now come and lift forward, straighten and square your body to the mat. Curl those toes under. And let's even go into toppling tree. So lift that foot up. Your front leg can stay bent. And lift that leg up. Step up. Release those hands. Extended mountain. Back down. Inhale, look up. Bend your knees, step or float back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Back down to downward facing dog. Lift this left high to the sky. Exhale, knee comes under. Step through. Warrior two, rooting that back foot. Sitting down deeply into that front knee. Aligning that knee over the ankle. Trikonasana, triangle. Straighten that front leg. Come out. And then down. Once again, this block is your friend. Use it to really expand and open your chest. Arm comes overhead, only if you want. That's an option, not a requirement. Gets an additional stretch. And then this is where the strength comes in on your front leg. Lift that left arm to meet the right. Opening that chest to the side. And now lift, reverse warrior. Lower the right hand down. Lift that left arm up. Open the belly, open the chest. Stay here and just bend this front knee. Reverse warrior. Lift this right arm to meet the left. Square your shoulders forward. Warrior one. Lower those hands. Interlace your fingers. Press that fist to the mat. Open your shoulders. Come forward with this long spine. Hook that shoulder inside the knee. Hands come over as far forward as they will allow. Now square your shoulders, launch off that back foot, toppling tree. Drishti gaze. Step forward. Let's sit back down. One more core. Now on this core, let's come to our back. You can place your hands under your hips. We're going to, with long legs, straight legs, we're going to come down 30 degrees and then back up. You're looking at your legs. So the easiest way to do this, if you're really still working on your core, put your head down, hands under your hips. You lower 30 degrees, lower another 30 degrees, come to hover, come up. Next one would be to lift your chest, and the other one would just keep your palms flat on either side of your hips. 30 degrees, let's go. We're doing it now. 30 degrees, hover. Come back up. 30 degrees, maybe that's not 30. Hover. Come back up.
Keep going, you can do it. Hover. 2 more. 30, 30, hover. 30, 30, hover. Now this time come up, come down to hover. Come up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Head down. Curl those knees into your body. Roll that lower spine around. Give yourself a little break here. Come up to the front. One little rock and roll. Forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, float back. Chaturanga. Pull yourself way up and out. Come back. And now let's lift that leg back up again, that right leg. Exhale, bring the knee under, crescent. Prayer. This time, once more, let's do a prayer twist. Stay here and continuing working on this prayer twist. If you'd like to try side crow, come with me. Hands come down. You create, once again, chaturanga arms. You're creating a shelf for your legs. Hips on the back arm, leg on the right arm. You can extend, you can scissor this leg out or bring it forward on top of the other. Pull that belly in. Use those core muscles. Curl those legs under, come back down. Forward fold. Let's step back. Down dog. Lift up that left leg now. Exhale, knee comes through. Crescent. Oops. Down. Side twist. Now, once again, side crow. Hands are coming down. Chaturanga arms. Lean your body forward. You can even put a block right where your head would be so that you don't have fear that you're going to fall on your head. Come back down. Step up to your front of your mat. And now this time we're going to do another forward fold here. Right arm comes behind the right leg. Left hand circles around the left shin. Right hand circles left shin, and do the same. So you're interlacing your hands. Your arms come behind each leg, and you're holding the shin on the opposite leg. Lean forward. You can bend your knees here again. Inhale to extend. Exhale to deepen. One more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, deepen. Release your hands. Roll up the spine. Come on up. Look up. Back down. Bend your knees. Float back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Back down to downward facing dog. Remember the beginning when we extended our right leg like we're doing now and opened our hip and brought that heel to our butt? We're doing that again, but this time we're either going to flip your dog or wild thing. So wild thing, let's keep this left leg straight and open our chest to the sky, or flip your dog. Both legs bend. For those of you who want to come into wheel, I do not. We'll do wheel later. That's another tease. And now flip back over to plank, to three-legged dog, to side plank. Now side plank can be done on your knee with this right foot over it and the foot flat, or full expression of side plank, or feet stacked one in front of the other, I should add, and then full expression is one on top of the other. Stay here, or let's do that tree pose again. We've done it so many times, our legs know the path already. Press those hips up, arm can come overhead. Now, can you do your plank in this tree pose? Otherwise, just put that foot back down.
release, chaturanga, upward facing dog, back down to downward facing dog. Let's do that on the left, foot way up high. Bend that knee, open up the hip. Flip your dog or wild thing, whatever you prefer. Opening your chest, bending both legs, or flip your dog. Come back down and round. Three-legged dog, side plank on your knee, feet stacked one in front of the other or one on top of the other. Option, top leg comes to tree pose. Wherever you are at, lift those hips to the sky. Now come to plank with both feet or one feet. Extend up, down dog. Let's do child's pose. We haven't taken a break. Wrists, give them a massage, roll them around. Come forward. Your wrists are all good now, right? Let's do a little plank to chaturanga series. You know, we yogis can have wimpy arms. We got to work on that. Strength is important, even if it's just lifting us, moving sofas around or doing yard work, which is coming up, hopefully. All right. Pull that belly in so your back doesn't collapse. Can do this on your knees. If you're on your toes, press those heels back to strengthen the legs. Lower down, chaturanga. Up. Down. Up. 3, 4, 5. 2 more. You've got it in you. 6, 7. Let's now we do a real child's pose again. Give this a break. Deep breath in and out. Come forward, down dog. Come through to forward and to seated. Paschimottanasana. Hands up overhead. Legs long in front of you. And press your body out first with a long spine before you come down. Inhale to expand and extend. Exhale to deepen. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. One little strength pose. Let's bring your knee and your right leg in. Cradle it a little bit. Just get that little stretch in the hamstring. You want to feel that stretching here. Now, bring your shoulder underneath your leg. Bring it as high up on your shoulder as you can. It doesn't have to come all the way up on your shoulder. Wherever you are at, if you stay here and continue stretching this hamstring, this leg, perfect. Stay here. Otherwise, you're going to bring your hands down on either side of your hips and lift up. Lift your bum up. Maybe this is the next thing you do. You're practicing that. Easier than that, though, in my opinion, is to hook your feet together and come down on your hands. Chaturanga arms again. Come forward. There you go. It's a beautiful thing. Now, come back up. Let's do that on the other side. Again, at any point, if this is your favorite pose right here, just cradling your hand, your leg, just do that. You're stretching, you're getting into that stretch, you're keeping your back long, your belly's in, you're working the core, you're stretching your hamstring. Second, hook that shoulder, hook that leg over the shoulder. Another stretch. To me, the hardest position is this third position, trying to pick up your bum and your foot. That's really the hardest. The fourth position is to take this right foot over your left, interlacing them, coming forward, chaturanga. and then lift back up. Ha! Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose, feet together. Let's lower ourselves over our legs here. You can place your hands on your ankles or feet, elbows into knees, stretching out the hamstrings, rather the outer hips as you lean forward. Just relax. This is a great feel-good stretch right here. Belly in. And keep your spine long and look over your legs. Curl if you want to get that additional stretch in your shoulders and neck. Come up, sit up, bring your knees together. Make sure you have enough space behind you, arms out in front of you, and slowly, one vertebra at a time, lower yourselves to the mat. Bridge pose. Bring those feet as close to your hips as you can. And from the bottom of your spine, you're going to lift up one vertebra at a time. Palms can stay flat on either side of your hips, or clasp your hands together underneath your body. Curl those shoulders under and lift those hips high. Neck is long. Breathe. Keep your knees aligned with your ankles and your hips. You don't want them splayed. Release your hands, roll down the spine. Curl your knees into your chest and just roll your lower spine around. We're going to do that again with an option for wheel. I'll give you the beginner starter position for wheel, and you can work your way into that. Feet down. Once again, roll up those hips. Hands can be clasped underneath your body or flat on the mat. If you want to work on wheel, let's place your hands near your ears, flipping the palms around so that the fingers face front. Come onto your tiptoes. That actually gives your body a little bit more room. And then lift up using your hands and your feet to the top of your head. Now you're resting your hands, your toes, and your head on the mat. From here, using the strength in your arms and your shoulders and your hands, lift yourself up. Bring your feet down. If you like, you can stay on your tiptoes and curl your hips to the sky, your pelvis to the sky. Wherever you are, let's come back down. One vertebra at a time. Lift those knees into your chest. Bugs or baby pose. Pull those legs in. You can also straighten your legs out if you prefer that kind of a stretch. Otherwise, your knees are coming into your armpits or your chest, holding onto your feet, holding onto your knees, extending out your feet. Now release the left leg, curl in the right, supine twist. Cross that right leg over to the left. Both shoulders stay on the ground. Right palm is out into a T, flat on the floor. Now come back to center. Pull that left knee in, extend the right. Cross that leg over. Shoulders flat, look left, palm flat on the mat, left palm flat on the mat. Using the right leg to gently bring that left leg over to the right. Once again, bring your knees in. Now we can do legs at the wall, otherwise known as waterfall. So your legs are straight up to the ceiling, palms on either side of your hips, flat on the mat. Or you can come to shoulder stand. So if you're still working on shoulder stand, let's just first bring your hands to your hips or your waist, right above your hips. If you have shoulder issues, back off from this pose. And lift and just stay in waterfall. Lift your feet to the sky. Your neck is long. Now, maybe you want to bring one arm up. Maybe you want to bring the other arm up. Balance on your shoulders and head.
From here, you can come back down or work on plow. Plow again, you can have your hands on your lower back with your knees bent, just trying to reach behind you, stretching as far as you can. Full expression of plow, your legs are straight, your toes are curled under, you clasp your hands together and straighten them along the front of the mat. Release your hands, roll back down. And now for all who wanted this a long time ago, Savasana. Feet to the corners of the mat, arms out, long palms, face up. Close your eyes. Some people might find this is not the most comfortable position because they have lower back issues. Bend your knees, plant your feet, and then you can press your lower back into the mat. It's a bigger relief there. And if you don't like your hands, if you prefer a different placing for your hands, you can try one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Stay here as long as you want. Just close your eyes, empty your mind, pretend there are no bones in your body. Let gravity just melt your body to the mat. I want to thank you for joining me today in this 1-hour class. Hope wherever you are in the day, you get to enjoy the rest of it. And I hope to see you again. Namaste.